up, multiverse lovers? I am back with another video today, and I think in this video, hold on, let me change. Okay, in this video, I just want to talk about my summer recap, and I actually did this on my careers channel before, but I mainly talked about singing, acting, and basketball mainly. But I want to talk about the fun things that I done over the summer, like the movies that I've seen, uh, like me going out basically. So yeah. So without further ado, let's just get started. Oh yeah, and I also like to say sorry for not posting a lot. It's just been a lot with me coming back to playing basketball and then school. School came up early for me, so it's kind of been a lot. So right now I want to talk about the summer. So the first thing I want to talk about is that I had family coming over from Indianapolis, Indiana, because that's where I'm actually from. And yeah, they came to Dallas, and we actually had a blast. The first thing that we did is go to the Galveston, and we went to the beach, and we had a blast there. And yeah, that was actually fun. And then we went back to Dallas, um, and we basically had fun over the 4th of July week. Um, we watched boxing. What else? Oh yeah, we went to Netflix House, and I ranked second in the Squid Game trials. And I never watched Squid Games in my life. I heard about it, and I kind of know what to expect. Well, knew I basically knew what to expect basically, and yeah, and I ranked second because like I know they had to play games to survive. And what else? Oh yeah, we went to a water show. So it's like a water show where it shows pictures, and yeah, it's just a water show where it shows pictures and it starts playing music, and we just chill. And yeah, that's really it. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is something you guys might consider a once in a lifetime thing, and that is meeting a wrestler. And her name is Roxanne Perez. Now, Roxanne Perez is one of my favorite wrestlers right now. And the thing is, if you guys haven't seen my channel, I am not a big Judgment Day fan. I haven't been a Judgment Day fan since Edge came into the group, which was where it all started. And I wasn't and now I'm not a fan of Dom. Who else? JD. Like I'm not a fan of those two. But I'm a big fan of the women's side of the Judgment Day, which is Raquel, Liv, and Roxanne. And yeah, that's really it. And then I want to give you guys a little backstory to this. So, what happened is that my friend is a big wrestling fan, just like me, and he sent me something where Roxanne Perez will do a meet and greet at a Walmart, and that is so cool because like the thing is that I'm doing I do a lot of wrestling content, and I think it will be cool because for my YouTube channel. And another thing, I'm a big fan of Roxanne Perez. Like she is one of my favorite wrestlers right now, and like seeing a future star in the making, like man, it's gonna be crazy. And I'm gonna be looking back at this when I get older. But I want to tell you guys the story behind the story basically, because I was gonna make a video about this. However, I just made it short instead because something was wrong with my phone. Okay, so what happened is that what happened was okay, yeah, I remember what happened. So I had to stand outside, and since this was in Texas, and I live in Texas, it was hot. Like you guys know if you guys ever been to Texas or if you guys live in Texas, you guys know it's hot, and I had to stand outside. Same for my friend. He had to stand outside. But however, we came together and we just went in and look at the toys. And guess what? My friend was also the first 50 people to be in line. And guess what? The first 50 people gets an autograph by Roxanne Perez, and he was really lucky. And but yeah, I didn't. But however, I wasn't the first 50 people, but it's okay. because I got to talk to her, and she was I also put her on my YouTube channel and on Instagram and all that. But yeah, and then as we went inside, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. And then when I talked to her, I just gave her some. I just talked to her about predictions for CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. So if you guys know her favorite wrestler is, I think y'all know who she went for. But if you guys don't know who she went for, it's actually the winner of Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. So yeah, and but yeah, that's really it. That was like a cool moment. I actually should have mentioned this, before I started talking about, my family coming over, coming to Texas, and the Roxanne Perez thing. I want to talk about the NBA Finals real quick. Now, I was actually going for the Spurs because the Knicks already won the NBA Cup, and I feel like they don't really need to win another championship this season. So, but however they did, and I was still going for them, but like I feel like the Spurs basically deserved it. And but I actually want to talk about I just really want to talk about the games real quick. Now I actually made a video about how what the Spurs could have done better on, and I feel like I said like energy, and I feel like IQ for Wemby, because I feel like he could have just passed it to 3 trailers, and those were 3 ball handlers, and that was like Dylan Harper. I think Fox was in there. Who else? Vassell was in there, and then Castle was already turned. And I think what happened was that I think he turned his head. However, when Wemby threw the ball, he was like already in the motion of turning his head, and that's how he basically caused the turnover. And what else? Oh yeah, I want to talk about De'Aaron Fox real quick. A lot of people are giving him a lot of hate, and I don't for that, just mainly for that layup, because I think what he was trying to do is trying to be up by 4 instead. I forgot what the score was. I think he was already up by 1 or 2 at least. And I think what he was trying to do was trying to score a layup because he wants to be up by 4 instead of being close, instead of in that in the same losing in the same losing points area. But you guys know what I mean. Like he doesn't want to be almost 2 or 3 points away from winning. And what else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, and I think but there's also another way that he could have done it, was just come out and see if he can get fouled and let the clock waste for a little bit. And another thing, he's also a good free throw shooter, so he will make them anyway. What else? Oh yeah, I want to talk about OG Anunoby's tipping. I can't believe that he tipped the ball with his fingertips. Like, I feel like that is impossible. And there are times where I'll think that the NBA will just, it's like, I don't know, almost like WWE. A lot of people saying it's fake, but to me it's not. But I think something is scripted in this. But if it's not scripted, and that's showing like how hard NBA players work, and that gives me more motivated because I want to be a professional basketball player, and I've been working hard over the summer. But yeah, that's really it. And then oh yeah, I want to talk about Karl-Anthony Towns outplaying Wembanyama. And the thing is, Wembanyama is 7'5", and Cat is 7 foot, and he basically outplayed him, and that's showing that Wemby needs to bulk up more and start lifting weights and getting stronger if you're gonna be playing against Cat. Who else? You're gonna be playing against Giannis, like a lot of strong centers. So yeah. Now I want to talk about the movies. Now the first movie I want to talk about that I watched over the summer, and that is Toy Story 5. I gotta say, this is way better. That movie is way better than Toy Story 4 because Toy Story 4 had its issues. And if you guys haven't seen my video, please go check it out. And I will make a short about my top 5 favorite Toy Stories of all time. But I really like how relatable it is because currently what's going on right now is that kids are getting technology at a young age, and they should be out, and they should be having fun with their toys and all that. And I remember grabbing both Woody, Buzz, and Jesse because I actually have all three of them in my closet right now for like almost like a museum. And it's saying like, oh, like I can't believe I'm older now and I still have y'all. But anyway, about the movie, I really like how emotional it was. I really like how Jesse was the center of the attention. And what else? I really like how Buzz was still the sidekick, but he also had like a bigger role than before. Sorry, I forgot to put up something else for my laundry. But what was I talking about? I know it was something about Toy Story 5. Oh yeah, I was going to move on to the next thing. I feel like Woody could have had a better role. Like I feel like he was known as like a side character, like as like where Potato Head, Rex, and Slinky were. Like those were like side characters like below. But I feel like he could have had a better role in this. Now, I think I was, kind of expecting a little bit more out of the movie, but it was still good though. It was still good. The next movie I want to talk about is a rated R movie, which is only on Netflix, and that is Little Brother, which is starring John Cena and Eric Andre. And I gotta say that movie was solid. Like, it's not my favorite movie of 2026. But I think the only reason why I'm only saying that is because the first half of the movie was actually good, and I want to show you guys one of my favorite moments from that movie.
She is beautiful, out of your league, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, you up. You didn't down, you up.
And what else? Oh yeah, and the second half of the movie, they really started lack their comedic jokes a little bit. Like it wasn't out because like all they were doing it was started adding inappropriate jokes, and that's really like they kept doing that and doing that. And I want to use Step Brothers as an example because they were brothers, but they were step brothers. Like they added inappropriate jokes. However, they also added jokes just to make you laugh, and like that's not inappropriate or just being silly basically. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say about Little Brother. But it's a good movie, but I don't know if I would recommend it because it kind of it's kind of lacking a little. It's kind of like a lacking movie a little bit. The third movie I want to talk about is The Odyssey. Oh, my alarm went off. But yeah, the third movie I want to talk about is The Odyssey. And that movie was actually good. And originally, I did not want to see this, but I took a chance and I went to see it in theaters with my family, and it was really good. And what is one of the things? Oh yeah, I want to talk about the cast. It had Zendaya, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Punisher. Who else? I think Travis Scott was in this movie. But yeah, that's really all I could really think of. And there were some things that kind of freaked me out, and I don't, which makes me not want to watch the movie again. But it was still a good movie. And what else? But yeah, I really like the adaptation to this, and I kind of learned a little bit because I remember watching Mr. Peabody and Sherman because they actually referenced that in the movie. Well, no, not in the Odyssey, but in Peabody and Mr. Peabody and Sherman, they reference the Odyssey a little bit, like they had their own concept with the horse, but yeah, that's really it. But I also gotta say it really was a serious movie, I really like, I actually like the movie. Now I don't know where this ranks in my favorite movies from 2026, but I'm gonna make a list very soon. Then the last movie I want to talk about is um, Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. Like that's literally one of my favorite movies of summer 2026. And guess what? I've been waiting on this movie for 5 years since Spider-Man No Way Home came out, and oh yeah, and I also watched Spider-Man Brand New Day early, and that was actually cool. And I almost cried on that movie because, or actually no, I actually shed a tear watching this movie because it was just so much like, because watching the last three movies, like, or actually the last two movies, which is Far From Home and No Way Home, those were actually sad, and it really contribute to what happened in Brand New Day, and that made it a lot more sadder because there was it was just a lot. But I really like, well, actually there's a lot of spoilers in this, so if you guys don't if you guys haven't seen this movie, I'd rather you guys skip this, but I'm gonna say some spoilers. I really like how both Peter and MJ reunite after taking off the mask, and same for Ned and Peter doing their handshake. And what else? Oh yeah, Jean Grey. Literally, like I knew that there was a rumor that Sadie Sink will play Jean Grey, and then as the rumors started to go on, like it was actually true. And what else? Oh yeah, Elena. I really like how Elena was in this movie, and I also think that that the whole naked scene, like I heard about that, but I don't think that was really necessary in the movie. But like she still helped though. But I feel like that wasn't really necessary. I like Elena, but it wasn't necessary. And I really like how Hulk came back, and like I feel like Hulk should belong to you know Sony instead, because he would, like, even though Hulk lost, I feel like he really had a great introduction, well, a great comeback. Okay, y'all, that is the end of today's video. Make sure you guys leave appropriate comments down below, and you guys got to tell me your I want to know what did you guys do over the summer. Give this video a like, subscribe to Multiverse Lovers, ring the bell for notifications. Oh yeah, and subscribe to my careers channel as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.